This session is starting to hit a higher gear. We're finally seeing several hot topics moving forward finally. In the state Senate, Republicans and Democrats joined together passing legislation that bans online lottery ticket sales and the use of courier services to buy lotto tickets. SB 28 is in response to concerns that outside businesses have found a way to manipulate the game and cash in on big jackpots. The Senate bill now goes to the House, where a different approach is being taken. The House legislation regulates couriers, and it is not a total ban. Before Thursday's vote, State Senator Bob Hall, who filed SB 28, made it clear he would rather shut down the Lottery Commission than reform it.
I never expected to find an agency that had specifically written rules to bypass specifically what the legislature had told it not to do. And I never expected to find that situation creating a criminal organization actually operating within our state government. And I got to tell you, I take absolutely no pleasure in laying out this bill, knowing what we have allowed to fester and grow within our state agencies.
Certainly some strong words there. Now, there were also several committee hearings taking place Thursday that took up big issues. The Senate Education Committee working through a package of education and parental rights bills. The legislation includes bills that say administrators, you cannot withhold information from parents about their kids, and a bill requiring parental consent on topics like sex education. Sex was on the agenda at the Senate State Affairs Committee, where members heard testimony on SB 18. That legislation builds on previous attempts to restrict access to sexually explicit performances like drag shows. SB 18 would cut public funding to municipal libraries that host drag show story hours that specifically target children. Several people for and against the bill testified Thursday, and some came in full costume.
If you truly believe in parental choice, then you will not support this bill that restricts just that. Ultimately, this is a blatant attack on our First Amendment right of free speech and expression. Drag story times promote kindness, acceptance, and inclusivity, things that threaten those who seek power from hatred, intolerance, and division. So while y'all do that, I will continue my drag story times no matter what happens to this bill.
Are children to endorse the political activism rooted in adult decisions to bend or flip sexual identities? No, absolutely not. Children should not have to sacrifice their natural rights to biological roles. In Drag Queen Story Hour, we are prioritizing adult desire above children's rights.
While there was controversy, there was also hope, the hope for a medical breakthrough. That was the focus of the Senate Finance Committee. SB 5 would create the Dementia Prevention and Research Institute of Texas, ramping up research into conditions like vascular dementia, Alzheimer's, and Lewy bodies disease. This special task force, if approved by voters, would get $3 billion over 10 years. It's modeled after a research institute created in 2007 that is working on cures for cancer. And we also saw bills Thursday that clamped down on local governments. There was a hearing on SB 19 that prohibits cities and counties from using taxpayer money for political lobbying efforts. And a bill was filed to take over the city of Austin. HB 274 replaces the city charter with a district form of government. Austin, D.C. How's that sound? That would be similar to Washington, D.C., right? With the legislature having final say over ordinances voted on by the city council. But of course, that bill's passage is highly doubtful. I'm Rudy Koski, Fox 7 Austin News.